And we are live and a bit late. Sorry about that. Today we are doing a sequel to the Lily Phillips saga. If you missed part one, you missed a lot. However, you can still catch up to what's going on because we will basically do a short recap of what we did last week about that. But before that, I will ask Mandalore, how are you today?
Tired.
I feel you, man. Feel you. I
I
slept
just woke
badly
up
today.
before the stream.
Amazing. D Lord, how are you today?
I'm very good. I'm catching up on things,
Okay.
and
You
you know, I would suggest to you and any future people, link the previous video, and do the proper YouTube thing. Link it into the description below.
Yeah, I did that. I'm clever. I thought about it.
Good, you are a
Um,
professional.
yeah, I
I
I
am not.
try to be sometimes. I try to be, and unfortunately, I think something happened, or maybe Miss Sparkle forgot about that because last week we had a lady talking with us about Lily Phillips. So basically, today what we are doing, we are reacting to a documentary about someone that has OF and that slept with 100 guys in 24 hours. And again, I think you don't really need to watch part one, but if you're interested to hear more and to hear a lady talking about it, this description has the link of part one. And now it's part two, and we will cover another like 15 to 16 minutes to that documentary. And next week is the final episode covering the documentary. I specify that because I plan on reacting on other people reacting about that because I did hear a lot of stupid takes, and I think it's important to react to stupid takes. Before we really react, I'm wondering if any of you would like to add something.
No, no, we're good. I've already pre-watched this before, and I kind of watched it as it happened. It was horrible.
So
Not
we
really.
have a great testimony.
I've seen the key points, and I sort of jumped the gun with my in analysis. But Why is society still around? I think we've outdone our usefulness. We're just destroying ourselves. Where's the
It's
comet?
entertainment.
Where's the comet? We need the
I
comet.
I like slandering her. Anyway, I guess we can keep going.
Or something like that. And they know, but like there's just no point in being like, oh, I'm doing this or doing that.
Yeah. Are there days where you second guess it ever?
Um, Not particularly.
Bullshit.
She doesn't second guess it, but she was thinking about her answer. She was like, I need to stay like pro bedroom work, fun, whatever. Trying to remain YouTube friendly for now, but if she didn't really question herself, she wouldn't be hesitating so much. Any thoughts on that, Mandalore? I think you had something to say.
Bullshit. Um, you can just tell by the look on her face, like if you know how to read faces, you can tell when people say one thing and mean another thing. Like she couldn't look him in the eyes when she after he asked that or to answer it. She's like, there was a big enough pause where it was clear that yes, and this was before, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's still
Yeah,
before.
yeah. Like
After the aftermath is next week.
I
That's
know.
why I split
Well,
it
I know the
in three
aftermath, but
parts.
I don't remember if most of the documentary was made before or after. But yeah, you can tell by how she responded, the look on her face, and just so she's not like just key signs that this one was going like, I have no future. And it's like even here you can tell she should be on watch. She should have someone watching her, living with her just to keep an eye on her.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the leftists that support that kind of shit they want people to self-destruct. That's the vibe I'm getting. They just enjoy people suffering, I guess. For them, that's justice.
Well, it's the same people who want mass depopulation. This, how do
Yeah,
you get to it? You just can't go killing people. You have to make them want to kill themselves.
yeah.
You let them do this. Well,
There you are. Any thoughts? The dragon.
I think though, like sorry, when I've seen this like occur, like the reason when I said I watched people initially when this hit the internet, I think there is no shame is the problem.
Yeah,
Like I'm not saying you need that bringing back shame, but
we need to. I agree with
it's
Sandor second
there's
from last
that
week.
point of I've heard it said the fall of Rome. Think about it, what they teach you about the fall of Rome, right?
Rome wasn't built in a day.
Rome didn't fall in a day, but Rome slowly fell. And what
Yeah,
we're seeing is like this period in the generation where a lot of people are realizing there's too much decadence
Well,
or
we need to bring back shame and bullying. But the thing is, people are being told these days to be proud of what you do. You can't do wrong. You, it's your truth no matter what. The thing is, you can be proud of what you do. You can be proud of being obesely fat and killing yourself slowly. But the problem is, you need to understand that there's consequences to your actions, and that people also have the freedom to judge you. Now
that's true.
you have the choice to ignore it or to feel shame for it. But people should be allowed to shame you just for whatever choice you make, positive or negative. But people are told that they're not responsible, that people's lives, like, be happy with who you are, blah, 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 you can't change, that no matter what you do, you're good. It's like, no, you can do, like, if you choose to do this with your life and you're happy, good for you. In all honesty, good for you if you found something that makes you happy. But don't be judgmental of people who are judgmental of you. Like, people are allowed to have their opinions on your actions, especially when you put it online. It's one thing if you have something in private that's revealed. That's different. But when you're publicly making a whole documentary about you being a whore for attention, by literally being a whore, you should feel, you should be allowed to feel, you should be able to feel shame. And it's not just your life should be ruined by something necessarily, but people are so much about not bullying and not making people feel bad for their actions. People should be allowed to feel bad. That's how people learn and develop. If she's never told what you're doing is wrong, she's going to keep doing this till something bad happens.
Yeah,
How many
and
you don't see many porn stars retire or die of natural causes these days. There's a lot more who are ODing or taking their own lives because they try and go off and do their own thing and try and live a normal life, and they can't. Now, that's not right either, but there has to be some sort of middle ground in all of this.
yeah, I agree. And I will circle back to something you said that I fully agree, and I think I can expand on that. I think people, all human in general, are judgmental. Even the most open-minded ones, they are judgmental. The only difference is in their book they're the ones that are right and the other that disagree with them are wrong. It's demonize the opposite side. That's what's going on a lot. And don't lie to yourself, don't lie to others by saying I'm not judgmental. Yes, you are, but your perspective doesn't seem like a judgment from your perspective, but from someone else it can certainly be a judgment. People judge others. We are rational being, and if we don't understand you, we will question you and be like, what are you talking about? What are you doing? So each time I see people slandering others for being judgmental, guys, stop being hypocrites. We are all are judgmental. Um, I think that's the key thing, and we need more accountability. Because when we start um, taking responsibility of what we are doing, I think we are less likely to do stupid shit because we realize that's on us and not the others. So just what I wanted to share there. I guess we can play, otherwise we will never finish that documentary.
There are days where I'm sat here on a Sunday, I am feeling a little bit more lonely. My friends have all got boyfriends, and I'm like, I see a comment and people are like, God, no one's ever going to marry you or something like that. And
I think anyone that marries her don't have any self-respect. I think she's not marriage material because she clearly has issues, and I feel like a lot of the marriage usually they're on the basis that you're monogamous. Otherwise, why would you marry? I maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm too narrow, but I feel like marriage should be about monogamy, and having some woman sleeping around like her doesn't sound like someone that's meant to be monogamous. Maybe I'm
Well,
crazy. Any
she
thoughts?
If you ask people who want to do the open marriage thing, like you can ask like Will Smith with Jada Pickett Smith, it was all fine right up until she cheated with the one guy and didn't ask for permission. And supposedly when it by all that time around Chris Rock came out, they had been separated kind of for like 5 years.
Yeah,
Now, if you go to like the Destiny route, when you go to like the Destiny route where both are doing whatever, and then you come and find out that she's cheating on you with a soy boy from Europe and then goes off and leaves you, you have only you yourself to blame because you chose the open marriage. But then again, Destiny is also a giant piece of shit too. So you want to go into the open marriage part. But monogamy is sometimes the most best choice. But in dating scene that you talk about as well occasionally, a lot of these women and men do it too, all have a bullpen in case. That's why women are quicker to get over guys when they break up than women. Like guys will suffer for a bit because it takes them time to reorientate in their Rolodex. But
yeah,
women have in this era, there's a perception of they can just have a Rolodex and go to another guy.
yeah.
well,
And
she
I'll
even said herself that she's not marriage material. That when she's done and retired from all this, she's just going to settle for whoever will take her. That's not what a marriage is. And you know what? I'm a monogamous person, but there are some people who are happy being non-monogamous and just that they have a like small group of people that's sort of like one of those high school friend groups that they all sleep with each other. Some people are happy with that. Some people pretend they're happy with that and they're not. It's
Will
whatever.
Smith. It's a perfect
Well, that
example.
was
I'm
also
sorry.
because it was his son's friend. It wasn't. But she just sort of. She's even said she's not. She's going to find someone who's just going to be either a fan of hers, and just they're going to be miserable, or she'll settle for anyone who's just an incel or whatnot. And it's not going to be a happy marriage. Like she's already sort of put down the idea of marriage as being something of finding love and being happy. It's something of, well, I'll do it
It's a
one day. But
status for it's a status, and it's what marriage means for a lot of women. That's why there's so many divorce. They're like, oh, I want that title, but like
and
I don't understand that title, but I want it.
women will also say that body count shouldn't matter. But someone who's doing 101 day is fully going, I know this is fucking me up for finding someone when I'm older. Like they say, like it shouldn't matter. They act all cocky, but it does. It matters both ways.
And I'll also add this, like in a lot of cases, um in a lot of open relationship, there's one party that wants it and the other doesn't, but the other is so scared and afraid to end up being alone that they cannot accept their fate. Like, it's sad, and that will be like that with her when she settles down, because like she will be
Well,
like, if
settle is the key word there, because she even said settle. Like, and anyone who watches her, who has seen this documentary, who knows her or looks her up, and finds this video and goes, "Oh," and says that she'll settle for anyone who will settle for her, you're gonna go, "Huh?" And
let's go for her.
you're not like, she's settling for me. She doesn't want to be with me. And a lot of guys have dignity and they don't want to just be settled for. They want to be wanted.
Yeah, just like women. We have a lot of difference. We are very different from each other, but there are some places where we do meet. And this is what people should understand. Um, I guess we can play.
That can definitely like make me feel a little bit like, oh God, have I chose the wrong career? But like, I just totally love my job. Just like
Do
you're
you?
talking about your body constantly,
I
how
will
you look.
pause. I will
Yeah, I
pause
was
there.
just gonna say
I
she keeps contradicting herself. Like, she says, "Oh, I don't regret it at all," but sometimes I think that I go down the wrong path. Then I convince myself, "No, I am happy." I've told myself I am happy no matter how I feel about this. Just like she said earlier, her parents support her and whatnot. Then she's like, "Have you told your parents about this?" Yeah, I don't want to tell them about this yet, because I don't want that just sitting in the room when we're talking together. So it's like everything she says is a contradiction. Like,
and and I will add to this. Um, I think she doesn't necessarily like that, but she likes the money. And like a lot of people, if it pays well, you don't give a shit about not having morals.
it's not even the money; it's the attention. Like, these people with the internet these days all want to have their 5 minutes of fame. The money is a big positive because people like money, but it's the attention that they're craving. Like, why else would she be? This documentary isn't probably bringing in as much money as whatnot. It's bringing in attention to her.
Yeah. Uh, I I think, and it's funny because I happen to watch a lot of relationship stuff and advice from a lot of different sources, and most of the time I do listen to specialists and doctors because I think they're much smarter than Linda on TikTok that hates men, or Andrew Tate that's misogynist and that kind of shit. And it's interesting how people are in general, and I had an idea but it kind of slipped my mind. It's kind of shit if it comes back to me.
I quickly got to correct you on something. Andrew Tate is a misogynist.
Yeah,
He's a gay incestual incel who acts tough to cover up his gay tendencies. Because him and his brother are totally. No one loves them except for them.
yeah,
Like, they
yeah.
go walk around each other with their shirts off, and they just. Those two are not. They're covering. They're overcompensating for how gay they are.
That's tragic. If the idea I wanted to bring up comes back, I will bring it back, but let's hear out what she has to say.
Every day someone like picking at you. I think that's the hard part, and also just the pure fact that people think so much less of you before anyone ever meets you.
Well, they know you slept with like thousands of guys. They kind of know that you you're driven by the moment. You're not someone that thinks about the future. You only stay on the in the present. I don't know if we can build something long term with someone that doesn't see the long term. Maybe I'm crazy. Any thoughts on that, Mandalore?
As she's delusional, and she's not thinking of the future at all. She's thinking in the moment now without the consequences. And this is what we were talking about before, is people think, well, they're not responsible for their own actions when she is. And she, in the moment when she thinks about it, she's like, this is going to affect me, but that's a future me problem. And it's just, she looks so dead inside. Like, I'm sorry, those eyes scream no life.
Yeah. That's tragic, I think.
And it's not even a porn star thing. There's that one porn star who's a big gamer who hurt herself at one of the game conventions by jumping in a foam pit. She seems very bubbly and friendly and just a nice person in general. But it's just, this person just is only doing it. She would hang out with the cool kids in school just do whatever to be part of the cool clique. And she's used to just doing whatever. She'll do whatever to make her boyfriend happy. She's a punching bag. And she's developed her whole personality around that.
And, like, I think there's a lot of cope. And, again, money is the only incentive for her to do that. And she doesn't like it, but she says she does.
Money isn't even... This is more than money. This is attention. This is to a people pleaser. It's not even people pleaser, because people pleaser just wants people to be happy. This is attention seeking. This is the negative version of a people pleaser who will sort of people pleasing can be negative, where you're doing whatever to make other people happy without focusing on yourself. She's doing whatever she's doing for attention. The money is a big positive, but if there wasn't a lot of money from it, she'd still be doing it if it got her this attention.
Yeah.
Already perceive you to be something. I think now I'd find it hard to make friends in terms of like real friends that really just see me for who I am and not like, like
That's weird. It kind of froze.
star online, whatever, this kind of like persona.
Yeah.
Also just like all of social media, like everyone is preying on your downfall.
It's logic. Like, you're an object. you tell everyone you're an object. Of course, people will see you as a goddamn object. Like, it baffles me. She sells herself, and she complains that people only see her as a product. There's cognitive dissonance, I think, in that. I don't know. Something doesn't add up. Any thoughts? The dragon, we haven't heard of you in a long time.
I have
Any
just been
thoughts?
quiet. No, I mean, I'm listening to what you're saying. Like, the concept itself is she's not thinking about the future. Now, there's a point where a lot of these people, where it's cool, like, the fact alone, she knows about so much of the alternate Snapchats and stuff. She's been doing this a while. Like, she just downplays how much she does this. Now, to a person, I don't know if this person in chat's serious or not, but, like, it's not about marriage material. There's this idea that it's not about a body count as much as if you think of what sanctity of family or marriage material, yeah, you don't, sharing is not for everybody. So, nor is the idea of, oh, you've had a body count for higher. Like, marriage material is like, what do you want out of a marriage? Why be married if it's just trophy material? Basically.
It's for the looks. For the looks. For the looks. Like, each time I pause, I feel like she is depressed, and she's like, "Why did I accept doing this?" Like, right now, she has that look.
But as I said, it's not that she's depressed. She's just doing whatever. She's just going with the motion to be a center of attention. And she knows she hates it, but she wants to have the attention. So she's selling her soul live.
Attention-seeking beast.
Yeah, and
Banks don't allow you to bank with them. Your Instagram's trying to get shut down. Like, it's just like the little things that's just like, no one likes what you do. And everyone.
I will be honest. To say that is half true and half a lie. We hate the fact that she's stupid enough to do it, but people are paying her to do it. So some people do like her doing that kind of stupid shit, but she also gets criticized for doing stupid shit. So I think she plays the victim role, and a lot of women do that, and men as well, to be honest. Like, everyone does play at one point the goddamn victim card. Please stop doing this shit. Any thoughts, Mandalore?
Not any more than before. It's just there's enablers and there's people who are generally who enjoy her work. I don't care. Then there's people who are enabled. Like you watch any of the lolcows, like lolcow live. People love to see train wrecks. People hate watch. People watch just to bash. And there's people who will pay money to ask questions and be supporters just to get all the content, just to hate watch, just so they can rag on it. And those could be people too, like who are just watching her because they're waiting for the train wreck. They want to see the story from beginning to end. And it's
No
just,
way to do it.
and she's, well, that's how so many people do it today. But it's just, she acts a certain way and then goes, why are people treating me this way? Just because I act like this doesn't mean I need to be treated this way. It's just like, no, bullshit. Shut the fuck up.
Stop playing the victim card. And if she really wants to stop being treated and seen as an object, she should close her OnlyFan account. She should change her name. I don't know. She should like disappear if she
I thought you
doesn't
were going to say
want
she
that.
should close her legs.
Oh, that's actually a good idea. I didn't think of that. But yeah, you're right. That
But
actually
she
makes
doesn't even
sense.
need to change her name. Changing her name would be fine. Moving somewhere else and laying low for a while.
All people forget you existed.
Well, there's plenty of famous people, even celebrity, just regular celebrities, who just drop out of limelight. They just get a degree or they just start a job and you forget. Years later, you find out, oh, that's why I haven't seen them in forever, because they're doing this job now. They're just being real people.
Yeah.
And it's gone, and porn stars have done the same, like where it's a little harder because acting is one thing where you're just in the public eye, whereas when you're doing porn, you're kind of more reveal everything and it's more judgmental.
Yeah. For good reason. We need to be judgmental. Like, that industry must collapse.
Like I said, whatever you do, you're allowed to be judged for, especially when you put them out in public. If you're happy with it, then good for you. But people are allowed to say you're being a stupid whore.
And again, some people say they're happy to cope, but they are not really happy.
No, and it's like you shouldn't be bullying them into suicide. Like, that's going too far. Like, again, there has to be a middle ground.
Yeah.
But she could shut everything down, close things up, and then just live a very quiet life. Maybe go to school online for a little bit, get a degree or something, or just actually try and make something of herself. And yeah, but no, she's too focused on the attention. She doesn't want to just disappear.
Yeah. I think that's the case of a lot of people out there.
Just thinks less of you, basically.
I see that you've kind of like taken on the word like and almost owned it in a way.
Yeah, 100%.
She's proud. Like, why are you proud to be a SLUT? She is proud, and it's part of the issue. I hate when people are like that. It's like body positivity, but now it's like bedroom fun positivity instead. It's as stupid and self-destructive behavior as the other one. Any thoughts on that, the dragon? Dragon? Any thoughts on that? Are you still with us, the dragon?
I am listening, yes. I do think, look, the thing about the not having shame is big. The thing about that, shame is see, we did a lot of you can look at the destigmatization of the cultural cliff, or the slippery cliff, or the slippery slope, depending on how you do it. Some people just call it the slippery slope. Everything we said for a while, right? The LGBTQ movement's eventually going to embrace maps and all of this. Furries are the same way. They were the first stop. Like, it's kind of like...
Furries will never be maps will never be accepted. They will be...
Don't say that.
Furries. No, furries will never be accepted. I don't... There's no changing my mind.
Yeah. But again, I feel like owning that word is as stupid as saying I'm proud to be fat. Yeah, you will die at 45 years old, Linda. I don't know, man.
She's not proud of it. Like, again, I always hate when people do it online, and now I'm doing it, so I hate myself. Not surprised. But she's saying one thing, but you can clearly tell she says she loves the word, like she's owned it. No, she hasn't owned it. She knows she is that. She's always says she's so happy and she understands and this is empowering, but she's so fucking miserable.
She seems so sad in her happiness. That's tragic.
Like, you don't see her smile much unless it's like posing
Money.
and stuff. Like, as I've said last time, like, you'll see her talk and be, oh, I'm happy about this, but you don't see her smile. You see her a little bit smile when she talks about the attention and whatnot.
The money. Well, don't forget the money. That beam of
Even
light
the
in
money
her
doesn't
eyes.
it makes her a little bit, but nowhere near as much as the attention. And but like, you look at her, like she looks like she's trying to smile, but she just looks so awkward. Like, this is a Walking Dead person, in all honesty. Like, she's on automation. She's just going through the motion, but she is miserable.
Yeah. Yeah, I fully agree. And it's not surprising in her line of work. You said it in the past. There's a lot of P-star that just ended their own existence. And it's tragic, it's sad, but it's life. People do stupid choices, and sometimes they have consequence.
I don't mind being called. I'm sleeping with 100 guys in a day. That is the definition of a Charlie.
Would you refer to yourself as a feminist?
Yeah. At the end of the day, doesn't feminist mean like you just want equal rights for boys and girls? And yeah.
It used to be like that, but I don't know. Like, I don't think a guy can physically do 100 girls in 24 hours, even with pills. So I don't know how feminist this is. I don't know how.
Well, what wave of feminism are we even on now? Fifth wave?
Fourth, and it's the liberation.
The current wave of feminism isn't even equality. It was the previous wave, which was we don't need men, we're better than men. It wasn't equality. Now it's just the current wave of feminism is literally just we can do what we want and you can't judge us.
Yeah. So they can end up ending someone's life. They can end up ending someone's life, and don't judge me. I'm a woman. I'm a feminist. You don't judge men for deleting people, so don't judge women.
Well, and because there's the people who are coming out defending her, saying she's not the issue. It's all the men who volunteered for this are the problem. It's like, no, everyone's a problem.
Yeah.
I don't consider myself, like, when people ask, are you a feminist? Do you support like female equality? Like, I'm not a feminist. I call myself an equalist. Everyone's equal. Everyone should suffer the same. Everyone should have the same chances. Everyone who did this is horrendous.
Yeah, I agree with you.
As we talked, the one guy who at the very end probably has the worst one is probably the worst in line. Like, but it's just like she did this in the first place. And now it's just all the guys who volunteers, like, they're contributing to it. Like, they're all horrible. Like, it's not the woman is worse than the men. Like, it can be debated in such a way if you look at logistics going, each man only slept with one woman, but they slept with her knowing that everyone else was sleeping with her. But she slept with 100 men just for the attention. She's the one who set it up and whatnot. So there's that slight debate, but in all honesty, they're all horrendous because they're all participating in the same event.
Yeah, and they it's not about love. It's not about closeness. It's
about
about
attention.
lust. It's about the moment right now. They want some bedroom fun. That's all they want. They don't want closeness. They don't want intimacy. They just want to uh bang and dump. That's all they want, and I don't think it's feminist at all. I think it's it's kind of sad that now feminism is only about sleeping around and not about human rights, and it's not about equal rights because you already got equal rights. It's about taking over power and adjusting because you were wronged in the past. This is what modern feminist bullshit is. I've seen recently on Facebook some page that keep posting goddamn mesentery. It's like the perfect femcel page. And guess what? The comment section is full of empowered bitter woman that ate men. So how is it equality? How is feminist now really about equal? I don't think it's about equality anymore. It's about eating men. That's the movement. Any thoughts, Mandalore?
Yeah, it's just like what's her name? That one liberal woman who keeps going, "I'm a bold liberal woman. Conservatives hate me because I'm old, have a huge forehead, and no one loves and no kids, and I'm happy." I can't remember her name, but they all say they're happy, but they're not. People who are happy don't have to keep going out there going, "Hey guys, I'm happy with the life choices that have left me where I am today.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm happy today still with the life choices that I made that have ruined my life, but I'm still happy about it." It's just people who are happy just live their lives. People have to keep going out of their way to say, "I'm happy."
Yeah, it's coping. Again, that goes back to what I said. It's coping. It's straight up coping about not being happy. And it's tragic, it's really sad, and I think we will play this and I will mute myself for a second there. So yeah.
I do what I want and I do it because I enjoy it. I think there are obviously some women that maybe go into because they have to or need the money and stuff like that, or they're kind of coached into it by men. But my personal experience is I've only ever felt empowered by the fact that I'm making money off something that
Lies.
So money is empowering apparently.
No, but
So
this also proves the point that she didn't go into it for money, because she said some go into it for money. So it's never been about the money, because I think she comes from a decent off family.
but she said money is empowering. Um I think a lot of women think that way. That's why they seek for status.
Well,
Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm too sexist there. I don't know.
I don't know. Well, money equals power, power equals. But it's just she sort of hinted that she didn't go into this for the she finds it empowering, and I think fame is empowering to her because it. But the problem is, she doesn't have the fame she thinks she does. There's people who like celebrities who have fame, who can go and people go, "Oh, I've seen you. I loved you in this movie." Blah blah blah. People don't do that same for porn stars. Like, again, I'm not trying to bring down on porn stars. People, if you're happy with what you do, you're happy with what you do. But you get creepy guys who come up to you going, "Oh, I saw you in that movie."
I do all your V clicking.
Wait,
I know if you shave or not.
would you sleep with me? I love to have sex with you. I'd like to show you how a real man does it. But no, it's not the same in power. It's not the same fame. It's not the same. Like, she thinks she's famous, but it's for the wrong reasons. It's like the kid who eats glue. There's the known kid in the class, but not for the good reason. And no, I'm not calling porn star special needs. I'm just saying you can be famous for good and bad reasons, and not all press.
Yeah.
Yes, like people are the people, reason why her name is so famous is people can't believe she's done this. It's more of a mocking thing. Like there's the odd one who's going, she's empowered, she's doing this to prove. It's like, no, like people are mocking you. Like everything about this is, look at what this stupid whore's doing. It's like people talked about Jerry Springer not because it was empowering people to be themselves. People were like, oh, you're on Jerry Springer, you're fucked.
Fact.
Guys will do anyway. Like,
Yeah.
guys are always going to sexualize me, so I may as well try and profit off that bit.
I mean, not all guys are going to just sexualize you.
They did that because she chose it.
I think I don't. I mean, I'm not, maybe not all guys, but
That's on her.
The ego on
I'm
her,
like a
like,
part of
pause
the
for a
problem.
sec.
It's so hard because, like, doing extreme.
The ego on her that she thinks she's almost every guy's fantasy, that every guy's going to sexualize her. Like, so she's like, well, I had no other option. Guys are going to keep sexualizing me and picturing me and wanting me, so I might as well give them a shot at by doing porn. No, this is an ego thing and an attention thing. Like, there's nothing more.
It's shallow.
Well, yeah, because she, like he says, not every guy's going to sexualize you. Guys, there are plenty of guys who find women attractive, but they don't sexualize them. They go, well, she's attractive, but
What about the gays? What about the gays? Or the asexual?
Well, she's probably, when he says not all men are going to sexualize her, she's probably thinking, oh, he's talking about the gays. No, she's not the most attractive. Like, she's not. I'm not even, she's more than mid, but she's not like, oh my god, I kill my whole family for her.
She is a 7.
She's a 6. She's just above mid, and it's not. And I'm not trying to demean her. It's just she's got a very sort of plain, sort of straight face, done up the typical way with the makeup to look a certain way. She is, and not everyone's going to sexualize her, but she thinks everyone is. She's trying to blame guys for sexualizing her, for making her choice about going into this life. Like, she's trying to rationalize her bad choices by blaming men. Again, very feminist of her.
Yeah, that's you stole some of my thoughts there. I think the exact same. I just didn't add the proper word you just brought out. This is the feminist mentality. It's because of the men's. The men's are the issue. The men's.
It's my choice, but because if there's anything negative about it, it's the men's fault. But I'm proud of what I'm doing. But if there's any negativity, blame her. Blame the men. But she, like, again, she thinks she's God's gift to men. She thinks that she had no other choice, but she's proud of it. Like, she seriously walked herself into a corner and then says, but I chose this and I'm happy with my life, but I had to do this either way.
She is full of contradiction. I think she is very feminine in that way, because the women are full of paradox. Like, they want serious relationship, but then they reject you because your name or because of your goddamn sign from the stars. Women are a complex being, I gotta say.
Stuff like this is not normal. Like, and I think then guys are probably going to expect girls to maybe be as strong as me and sleep with this many guys. And
exactly, she's proud of this. She did this decision like her own.
That isn't,
but it's still the guy's fault.
It's kind of hard to wrap my head around.
But you do enjoy doing it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think people forget it is my fantasy, and this is what I enjoy.
So she liked having a bunch of men lurking around her.
I had no other option because guys expected this of me, so I did this job anyway. But I'm happy with the choice that they made for me, which empowers me. But I had no other options. Like, she blamed guys, and she says it's a very complex topic. It's no. You talked yourself into a corner. You realize you're saying you did this for you. This was what you wanted to do. But at the same time, you're blaming men, saying, well, I could never live the normal life because guys would always be expecting this of me and sexualize me. And she even sort of said they'd be expecting me to have so many partners. No guy expects you. Like, they'll make jokes if they think if they're belittling you. They think, oh, she's such a slut. She's probably slept with 100 people.
More
Not
than
at
that.
Once. Not at once.
It's more than that.
well, back in the day, 100 used to be, oh my God, double digit, like, but it's just,
she brought that to another level, and she will bring that to another level if she survives February.
but she's saying like this was all her, but she keeps saying that there was no other option for this.
That's a lie.
And she keeps saying, oh, I love my job, it's empowering, but guys expected me to do this, so I'm doing this. Like, people don't do what's expected of them and are happy lives. Like, look at how many people who go into family businesses who are miserable doing that because it was expected of them. Now, this isn't a family thing. It wasn't family pressure. This was just, well, I want to be liked, and guys like sluts, so I'm going to become the biggest slut around.
And she likes the attention. She likes being the center of the
all about being liked. That's
attention.
her whole thing. It's not about making people happy. It's about being liked. She doesn't care if she makes people happy, if people like her. She just wants the attention, and she's been proving this when she said it wasn't about money. Like, people going for the money. She's pushing herself to the side, which she didn't go in for her money. She went into it for attention. Money is a side bonus for it. If she could have lived a normal, not having that much money off it, she still would have done it. She could have survived. But she's doing this for attention.
Yeah, and she blames it on men. So I guess we can play now.
Joy, and so it's hard because you're like being selfish, but you're also not helping the situation.
I left Lily's house with more questions than answers. I still couldn't understand why she felt the need to do what she was doing, and whether it was truly what she wanted to be doing. I thought it might be helpful to hear the perspective.
Okay, I think I've seen that segment in someone else's video. That will be very interesting. And to answer his question, yet, I don't think she's happy with that, but she's happy with the fame. She's happy with the attention, but
wait,
she's
didn't she
not
just say,
happy
and
doing
that
it.
didn't she just end the conversation before we left saying that you're happy, but you're not happy with it?
Yeah.
Like, so she's admitting she's not happy with it. Like, she keeps saying, I'm happy. And you saw that smile from the picture right before I went to this profile. That was a fake dead smile.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Of another OnlyFans creator, so I reached out to Alex Letitia, also known as the Queen of Southampton. So, now this is something I've wanted to know all day. Do I call you Alex or do I call you the Queen of Southampton?
Oh, either. No, you call me Alex. Basically, I went into OnlyFans because we were really, really broke. It was really last resort. I had never.
And I think this is a very common trend. Being broke, being an incentive of selling off your body, because that's very easy. And I think I remember seeing, well, I will go ahead and say, she said at first that was like soft core, but then she increased it. It's like addiction. You start with weed and you end up with like the syringe in the arm.
Just going to say the same thing. You have to to get that high, you have to keep going for more to get that level of attention and to get more people to pay and keep paying for it. You can't keep doing the same basic stuff. You have to keep taking it up a notch.
Yeah.
And this person actually seems relatively more lifeful than the previous one. Like, she seems to she seems more realistic. Like, her choices have sort of put her in her position, but she's actually fine with her life choices so far, it seems.
And she's also older. I gotta say, she's also older, so I think she has more maturity, because she looks like
she understands her choices more.
I think that one looks like late 30s.
She also has a lot of Botox, though. If you notice, she did the Botox look.
That's
the bimbo Botox look, where you put
but you can still see a difference. Like, again, I'm not saying doing porn is going to kill who you are inside for everyone, but just looking at her for the short bit of looking at this woman talk, even about nonsense,
she seems more LT than the other one.
She seems more comfortable in her own skin than the last one did.
Yeah,
Lily does.
Yeah. D-Lord, any thoughts on substance and that kind of stuff?
You are kind of right on the one part where people seek the eternal beauty, but like her this is not the makeup, right? Because a lot of the women get the Botox treatments or they get that one look. Like, let's say, what is ever popular. Now, I'm sure that the industry, what happens a lot in the private or the cam girl thing, not the, that's what we mostly hear or see. You're only as good and boring as a person wants to watch, or the next big thing. You know, if the next big thing is having, because there was a time, right? They would say, "Oh, in porn, sorry, in porn, basically, the idea is you need the perfect girl that can't have tattoos." Someone came up with Suicide Girls. Mandel, and if you know of that era, they're the goth-looking emo ones.
Oh,
There's an alternative for them. Oh, yeah. Like, you know, then that's just norm now, you know, that kind of, you see it. Because they go, oh, you got to be pristine. Well, tell that to those people. That's if
I
you're
learned
old
about
enough to
Suicide
remember
Girls
this.
from watching Californication.
And I think the looks really matters. You said it. She looks healthier than Lady Phillips, and um, maybe she is also more grounded. And I think one of the factor that really doesn't help Lily is the fact that her family supports her. And I don't know how much of the current woman we see on the screen, how much her family supports her in her decision
Well,
making.
I don't think Lily's family supports her too as much as she says she does, because she doesn't even want to tell them about this 100-person thing. Like, she's contradicted herself. Like, it's hard to know what's real. Like, she's almost in a fantasy world where she makes up points just to deal with things.
Yeah, you brought very valid points. Maybe another factor would be as of right now, the new woman looks more authentic. I don't know. We will see. Hopefully, we get some questions answered.
Ever sent anyone a nude prior to this ever in my life. So I was so naive going into it. I started off just doing bikini pictures and lingerie, but it is a slippery slope. And the demand is more. Before you know it, you're having sex on camera.
And is that something you regret?
There's a lot I regret on there.
Do you feel scared that you might ever have to start doing things you don't want to do in order to keep that money coming in?
It is scary, yeah, because people are starting to do the most outrageous things online. I've seen so much of it lately, and I think my daughter's already getting stick for what I do. And like I said, I don't really do.
And she has a daughter. She has a goddamn daughter. It's crazy that a substance abuse like that, like an addict like her got a kid, and this is what's wrong with society right now. She's an addict that got kids.
Well, the problem is she's probably getting good money, and to go from that to a different job. And the problem is to go for a job and people already know what she looks like naked. It's like you're kind of like, it's kind of like drug addicts. Like, you kind of box yourself into your future. Like, she's being honest though. She's going, yeah, I regret things, and yeah, I know things I don't want to do what things might require me to do. Like, she's fully understanding, but she seems to have more control in herself, going, people are doing more crazy things, and I think she has a limit. She's not willing to do whatever it takes to be famous. She knows that she may not say it right now, but there is a limit to her right now. She has a line. Whereas Lily has no line. She doesn't even look at what people are doing. She just takes the requests and does them. This person goes, yeah, I've done some research. I've seen what other girls are doing. It's not all for me. I know that there's those obstacles to deal with, and she understands her choices, and she regrets, but she understands, whereas Lily doesn't understand.
I gotta also add this. Again, she's an addict that got kids. I blame her, I shame her, but I'll also shame whatever the father, or can we really call that a father, that accepted to place his season to that thing. Probably someone in the industry or someone that just wanted some fun right now. And that
Well,
kind of
brothers
guys,
around.
they are running around. Exactly. That's disgusting. This is what's wrong with society. That's why people hate men. It's because we got these stupid fucks that just are there for the moment right now, but they
Well,
they don't think. They're stupid.
Well, because people are told that you don't have to live with your mistakes. You don't push through. Like you don't like people like get divorced. So people get married so fucking quickly,
And they're as
and then they
quickly
divorce,
to
and then it goes
divorce.
to divorce. Like people used to get married really quickly. Like long time ago, people would get married within a year of meeting because you kind of depended on getting married, reproducing, and whatnot. But guess what? You didn't do. You didn't divorce. You stuck. If you ended up with someone, you stood with them. You stayed with them, and you worked things out. But people aren't willing to do it. I'm not saying to live a miserable life just because you regret, so you don't look bad. But people get divorced. Like abortion is not birth control.
Yeah.
And like people live with like they can just erase mistakes like that, and they're not being shamed for it. It's like,
And I think what's wrong is how it's promoted to people divorce. How abortion is promoted. Like
oh,
instead of saying that exists, we should say people think before doing. I always wear goddamn protection. Guess what? I didn't get any kids because I'm responsible and smart.
well, when I was younger, that was always a talk. I like when I was with a woman. It's like if something happens, what do we do? But they don't do that now. It's celebrate like, oh, I left my man who was oppressing me because he didn't let me do stupid things. So let's celebrate that I'm single again and no one loves me.
And why
Abortion
did
and
she
people
choose
celebrate
that person in the first place?
because abortion people celebrate getting aborted. Like there's women like I understand, and we shouldn't get into the abortion discussion too much. Like that's a very slippery slope, but it's one thing if it's medically necessary or for those two examples of incest and rape. But
Yeah.
people who just do it because, oh, I don't think I'm ready, or oh, blah blah blah.
Adopt. We're protection. We got
Like
alternatives.
people aren't taught to live with their consequences of their actions. They're just told just ignore them and they'll go away, and just it's an easy fix. It's a boo boo. They're not told you're not allowed to shame anyone again for their poor decisions.
It's why society fails. I think divorce rates and abortion are not telling of a happy and fulfilled society. It's telling of a broken society with broken people that just cannot get along and that don't really think before doing. It's impulsive behaviors. It's stupidity in a nutshell. I guess I will play now.
Anything controversial compared to all these other girls, and it just keeps being like leveled up and up and up of the expectations.
Well, on Saturday, I'm going to another OnlyFans creator, Lily Phillips, is planning to sleep with 100 men in a single day for OnlyFans content. Have you heard about this?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
What do you
Everyone
think?
did.
I think it's really sad.
She said it. It's really sad. And she is in the industry. This is more honesty than anything we heard about Lily Phillips, about the feminist bullshit movement.
Like even other OnlyFans stars are judging you, going, "Wow, you really desperate to be attention, to be liked, or to get the attention." Like,
And I will also add this, like, we keep comparing people together, situation together. Um when she is doing that kind of stupid, reckless, and dangerous behavior, people will compare themselves and say, "Oh, she achieved that kind of bullshit. I need to achieve more. I need to be like her. I need to have the kind of life she has," because they think it's fulfilling because she lied to them. So it's a never-ending circle of people lying to each other and making each other lives miserable, and this is what we have right now. We have a miserable society of miserable people, and they always think it's greener on the other side. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. The dragon. Any thoughts on that?
Well, see, the thing is, other people who are in that industry are always going to see different. You're as good. I think Miss Sparkles talked about vanilla wise. You can say that it's ruined people's lives, but at the same time, right? A lot of people are like, they're going to want. I mean, to be fair, as much as women have fetishes, men have fetishes, and or fantasies even. And she's like, well, what people ask online, like, oh, would you be interested in this? People get extreme requests if
Yeah.
see it a lot, which in turn can make things a lot like stranger to deal with. So what she is seeing, like, she has a daughter. She said herself, she gets blowback on her own daughter. Her daughter,
Yeah.
and it's like something I said the story when we first covered this about the women. But there was a son, her kids at school, like in a prep school, people that got around, they bullied that poor boy. Like, God, like, it's not like, and she started it off as, oh, I'm just going to be innocent. Yeah, no, there's a spy. I'm not saying that people can't do stuff on the side and not go moderate. It becomes an addiction because what they do in the industry is they go, oh, but if you do this, you get paid more, right?
Yeah.
Because they go, oh, but you're doing softcore stuff now. Do a little bit of hardcore, we can toss you extra money. It's like that stuff. That's how the industry kind of goes. Like,
Yeah.
and then it pays up. But that's the side of the industry they don't tell you. And all these other girls who do this got into it in the modern era. They don't understand there was a dark side to it, that it got measured.
Yeah, and people were more responsible in the past, so that's why it was more measured. And again, I said it's always greener elsewhere, and I ate that. And people are empty and shallow, so they sleep with 100 people. Uh, I guess we can play now.
I just worry about her mental health. I'm hoping it's a hoax and it's not gonna actually happen. I don't know. From what I've seen of her, I think she's like young and beautiful. I don't think she has to sleep with 100 guys in one day for attention. I don't know. It's like medically, is she going to be in a lot of pain? Mentally, you're going to be known as the girl that shot 100 guys in one day, and I think that's really sad.
Bingo.
The problem is that when you sign up to objectifying yourself, it's like you're signing a deal with the devil. Like, no one is going to see you as a human being.
She said it. She knows it. She realized it, and she's being honest about it.
Well,
And I think there's a big difference between her and Lily Phillips, because Lily Phillips plays victim, and she
Right.
put that in herself. And this one, that girl there, she actually tells the truth, and she knows what really is going on.
Well, no, and this one seems to understand that she's made the choice. It's consequences of her actions. Like she said, I have to keep stepping it up to keep the attention, keep the money in. So she knows that she's suffering at her own consequences, but she doesn't play the victim. She's like, well, I got myself into this. She even said, Lily's doing it for the attention. Like, even other OnlyFans stars are going, she's doing this for attention only, and she can tell that this is going to ride hard on her mental health.
Yeah, she will be shattered. Well, she's already shattered. Like, there's something missing. There's something broken in Lily Philippe for uh acting that way and actually going through with it. And it's interesting how she's like, oh, I hope it's a hoax or something. It's not a hoax. People are that stupid and crazy. I think it will have a really strong toll on Lady Phillips after that 100 men. It's crazy. Now I go too far in the future, but it's crazy to think that she considered 1,000 now, which is the teaser for next week. But 100 men in 24 hours is nasty. It's disgusting. It's mentally, she cannot love these guys, and none of these guys actually love her either.
Does
They
she even
just,
know what love is?
she doesn't.
She thinks love is attention and being. If she does think of love, she has a twisted version of what love means.
Yeah, she's mentally and physically broken, and even like her, she's like that. She will be broken after that. So she is right. That person is based and
She's
grounded.
already broken. It's not to be broken. She's even before doing the 100. She's already broken.
Yeah, but that's even worse. Like the pieces are even pieces of pieces. They're even more broken. But yeah, it's disgusting. Yeah.
It gets to the point where everyone objectifies you. That's the reality of it. You're like the cash cow.
Do you think the kind of thing Lily's doing this weekend is the future of OnlyFans?
I hope it isn't, but we keep seeing so many sort of outrageous stunts. Maybe people assume they have to do that in order to get attention and followers. So it is just going to have to get more outrageous, which is quite scary if you think about it. Oh, I'm just worried about the smell for you.
The smell.
Yeah, I feel like the smell will be bad.
Thank you so much, Alex.
Oh,
Oh, the smell! The smell! You're damn right. Like the sweat, the cheese. And she says that's the future of OnlyFan. And I'm so worried because I feel like she's goddamn right. Because we got Lady Phillips 100 men in 24 hours, we will have other nutcase that will place themselves crazy objective, and it's all for clout, all for attention, and it's sad because we got young women looking into these cases and they're like, oh, it's how you get attention from men. So it will also reinforce the hatred toward men. That entire scheme is nasty in every sense of that goddamn term. It's nasty, it's horrible, it's like a nightmare. Any thoughts on that, guys?
No. The problem is, right? There's the idea. Everything seems mundane or vanilla until you actively go pursue more. Does that mean the next person who pops up in the space or the clause has to outdo her? Because what was vanilla years ago isn't. Like something could have been in reality a fetish or an extreme. You still have those in the adult industry. But then some stuff is just additional, like, it becomes norm. It actually becomes norm. Like as I said, the whole thing with Suicide Squad, Suicide Girls. They were the alternative girls. Oh, girls can just now be whatever because they're like, you got to be pretty, you got to be immaculate, you can't have any tattoos, piercings. That's how they popped up. Oh, that's just your normal vanilla stuff.
There's even cosplay, like special websites for girls who did cosplay adult versions of it. And now, how many OnlyFans girls do like much of their thing is cosplay and dressed up as
characters. There was another story of like, I forget who it is. Like it was a woman who basically did it as a joke, dressed up as just in a Spider-Man outfit, started doing cosplay. Then she, just for like soft core stuff, not even serious, then she started getting into doing other things. And people, there's another like documentary, they wanted her to do AMSR, and then guys go, oh, would you be interested in doing this, this, and this? Like,
well, they go, I'll pay you, I'll tip you, or I'll pay you so and so money if you can do this and whatnot. And
that's crazy.
But the whole thing
I just
think
want
I'm
to say,
realizing
pause a
is
second.
actually more
That's what
mental
happens
than
in the
we originally
industry.
thought.
Well, yeah, and in all honesty, this is the modern version of a woman desperate for money, works at a stripper bar, but doesn't want to strip, so she just works at the bar or works as a server. But then she sees more money, she gets offered more money to go on stage, and it just it's a stepping stone. Like the industry, almost every industry is that, but you see it more and more publicly with like girls who use their bodies. That it becomes like they see more money is offered for going further. It used to all be sort of private in your own private life. Like you didn't tell people you were a stripper. You usually back in the day you'd go work as a stripper in a town over or something. Now you go up to other things, and now you're public about it. Like I remember, I have a couple friends who have been strippers, who are, and it used to be something that you, unless you knew them or you went to their job once, because like I went to a bachelor party and found out someone was, you didn't find out that way. Now people publicly post going, oh, you can find me at so and so. Oh, you so, and like they post advertising now. Like it's not shamed. It's not like,
disgusting anymore. Well, it's disgusting, but it wants to be normalized. Like the broken families, it's normalized.
well, and
So many crazy and nasty shit are normalized. That's what's going on.
yeah, just look at communism.
Yeah. So I guess we can play now. Normalized behavior, normalized.
Thank you so much, Alex.
Bye.
The whole thing, I think I'm realizing, is actually more mental than we originally thought. There are 100 men turning up to have sex with her for 5 minutes each in a single day. I mean, there's a decent chance that one of them is going to be dangerous. One of them might have a weapon, have a criminal record. A few of them will have STIs. Just on a basic statistic, you can know that a few of them are going to have STIs. So let's just hope those condoms are good ones.
I had a sinking feeling.
So it's a physical risk and it's a health risk. These two boxes are checked. She's nasty.
Well, why is he thinking about all the just basic common sense risks of meeting up with 100 strange men, and she's the one who's going to be the victim? Doesn't even think about like this guy who either way is doing this documentary, who's probably making money off of it, is going, this is not a good idea. Like these are all the options these are all the shit that can just happen without even planning for it, like without even thinking about the sex part. These could just be violent people who are just coming and just stumble in, and just even the ones that are friendly and play nice. Like, is she using condoms for them all?
I hope so, but I've heard the end of the story, and we will see that next week. But
again, like
I hope so.
This guy's thinking about all the issues that she's just like, oh, it's going to be no problem. It's going to be fun.
I think she wanted to die, to be honest. I think she expected one of these to turn out and like end her life.
She's one of those people who wants to die on stage, like go out and be known, like because the celebrities who died while performing are some, you know about those people, have special YouTube videos and special lists of performers who died on stage.
She's one of them.
She wants to be one of them.
Yeah.
That perhaps Lily hadn't fully thought through the challenge she was undertaking.
How are we looking? We're 1 week
Good.
away.
I think we've got about 50% of them confirmed.
And then you're checking that they've done an STI test?
Yeah, so prioritizing guys who have STI tests. They have to screenshot the results kind of thing. But this is the thing with it, like you can never 100% know if they've had an STI test. And even if they had, they could have slept with 10 girls in between the test and things like that. It's more just like...
So she doesn't even care about the test because she's like, tests mean nothing.
And she assumed someone can sleep with 10 girls since then. I don't know about you guys. I know you're married, Mandalore, but I don't think D-Lord has that many options around him. I know I don't.
French.
So yeah, and also like there's a lot of nutcases here. So yeah, maybe I'm a fluke.
About that.
But I feel like not every man has that many options. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. But let's hear out the rest.
Involved in if you're willing to participate.
Are you going to kiss any of the guys?
Definitely. I feel like some of them would be a bit put off, especially when they know I've just had like 57 guys inside me or whatever.
Why do you think that would put them off?
I think it's more if someone's to my face. I can imagine that's what's put another guy off.
So
I
you
think
would let,
this.
like, these guys
Pause a
do
second.
that on
I
your
think
face?
this is where she says where she didn't realize HIV or AIDS was an
Orally.
STD.
Yeah, she also doesn't seem to care. Like she
See,
even said, they can be tested, but that doesn't mean anything because tests aren't usually. I once had a scare from an ex-girlfriend, so I had a test. Results didn't come in right away. So she says from the test to getting the result, it could be they could have slept with someone else who had it. And she's still going through with this. Like,
and I gotta say that's the segment where I'm saying she is thinking about stuff, but that's not her strong suit. She doesn't seem like a smart and clever girl. She seems really stupid because she's like, oh yeah, these things exist, but I don't care.
if it happens,
She's
it
not
happens.
mindful. She's not mindful at all. Thinking is not her strong suit. I think that describes her very well.
Yeah.
And in your mouth?
Yeah.
What if they had HIV?
Is that where it comes from? With spunk in the mouth?
You can.
Wow!
Yeah, no,
This is
really
how
not.
stupid
Last
she is.
time when I did it, that all of them could in their mouths. I can't really explain it.
I pause here because I readjust the timestamps. She is a unique case. Wow. I
Just
didn't
that
think.
comment is just like she doesn't know what she's doing. Like she's like, what if they have that? And she's just like, oh, is that where it comes from? I just like there needs to be an IQ test. Like you have to understand what you're going through. This is why I say people need licenses for internet, as bad as it is, and I hate government regulation. But some people are too stupid to use the internet. Some people are too stupid to do porn. And this isn't even just a typical dumb blonde who just likes sex. This is someone who's doing it only for attention. I don't even think she cares about the sex or the money. This is just, she'll do whatever it takes to be liked, or for not even liked, but to get the attention, whether it's positive or negative. And she's risking her life. Like she's even said, well, what if that she doesn't, that tests don't prove anything? So she's like, well, I can still get sick. I still can catch something from it. And then after that, she goes, well, I'll kiss them all. It's like, but what happens if they have so-and-so? I was like, you can get that. I had to turn my camera on just
I get like serotonin, like from when people are like, oh my God, you're that on the internet. Sounds crazy.
I know, and I know you're saying that to me right here, but I don't believe that.
Really?
No.
I kind of love like ruffling feathers a little bit and people getting a bit like agitated by maybe the fact that I'm people think I'm like so sad and stuff like that, but that could not be like further from the truth. I don't think people realize like how happy this makes me, but I just think it's so funny and fun. I can't really put it into words.
Have you done any?
She can't put into words because she doesn't know how to lie on that.
well,
That's my guess.
She correlates attention to happiness. And she's like, that's further from the truth, but she doesn't look happy while saying it. Like, it's very clearly like she's fucked in the head and she's correlating things that shouldn't be correlated.
Even the dog is like, what is going on?
Yeah, the dog's not even buying her bullshit. It's like,
The dog questions her mistress.
I clean my own ass and I can smell this. It's bullshit.
Anything to make sure there's not someone with a criminal record, for example, coming down?
We actually have not now. No.
Do you feel safe?
Pause this a
I
second.
You feel safe.
Pause that a second. I forgot to say.
all of
But-
these feminists that hate men and think we are all dangerous to society, they must watch this clip,
Okay.
and they must agree that she will see 100 guys, and she's not worried about them having criminal records and being dangerous. She feels safe. Okay, let's show that to all of these anti-men crazies out there.
Okay, I have two things to say, right? Now, I want to make the joke, and I should have made this joke when she started showing around she had the dog. It hasn't happened yet, but it will get worse, where she does the thing where she decides that... Imagine the horrors that dog has seen. I should have
This is
said this.
animal abuse.
Imagine the horror that dog has seen. Now,
And smell. They have a better nose than us. Oh,
Yeah.
right.
I wanted to make this joke.
I'm done. I'm checking out. Bye bye.
Like, the other half is... but...
Well, again, this is her lack of caring. Like, just like she said, tests don't mean anything. She's not doing background checks, but because
It's safe.
doesn't matter, because they could be turned violent on the spot. Like, she doesn't care. She even going to have security there.
I would also bring something up. Someone, and I was watching this, so I saw Arch, and it makes a great point, and I've been thinking about... I think about this as well. All these women who do, like the show that was like the girlfriend experience, where even a high-paid escort, the reason why they usually go through a agency is you have like a strong arm pimp or something that guards you, right? Like someone who can check you. Like I had to have this conversation with my friend that works as a DJ. He works as a DJ at a strip club. They have bouncers there for a reason. So, like, if you touch a girl or you do something, they can escort you out, right? This is a thing. They have safeguards in these.
No, I think it'll be fine.
Yeah.
So, you're getting what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
People, you have no idea in this modern age. You go to meet somebody, that person, we have all the setup for the modern day Jack the Ripper.
Yeah. And I work in security and I worked in bars. It's not for nothing we got bouncers. So I fully understand what you're saying. It's crazy. She is nuts. She needs helps. And yeah.
I'd like to think that guys aren't there to... I don't know what they would do anyway.
It is London, like you've put out a public call, so technically anyone could come down as long as they were over the age of 18.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'd like to think someone with like someone.
He seems more worried about her than herself. That's worrisome, and this debunks any feminist bullshit that men don't worry about women. He worries about her more than herself. Any thoughts on that, guys?
This is why mansplaining's a good thing, because this moron will get herself raped and killed. And this is in England, where the Muslim population keeps on growing and violent people keep getting imported into that country, who will see this and jump on it and go negative very quickly. And she's like, I don't think that will happen. You don't think?
But that contradicts like every fearmonger narrative against men. Like, if men are so bad, why isn't she more scared?
When she's asked bear or man, she picks the bunny rabbit because she's just that so fucking stupid. Oh, this is hurting my brain. At first, this was something I felt a little bit bad for her, but
This hurts you now on a physical.
Like, because I saw most of this, I saw parts of it, and I saw the end, which is what I came in on last time, was talking about the end result. And there's part of me that goes, it's her own fucking fault, but you kind of feel bad for her because you see what she's putting herself through just for the attention. And now now I'm just going, I kind of hope something bad happens. Just, and I don't actually mean that. It's more of a joke more than anything, YouTube. So just calm your shit down. But this is like the type. Oh,
She is broken.
Okay, if I start bleeding from the nose or the eye, someone let me know so I can get my wife to take me to the hospital because this hurts.
No ID, drive there. You know, it's quite a big process for someone just to, I don't know, do something like that. Maybe I'm not really sure.
I had a sinking feeling that perhaps Lily hadn't fully thought through the challenge she was undertaking. But maybe I was wrong and everything was under control. After all, Lily and her team seemed very relaxed about her mission.
She was
so
drinking out
relaxed
of the
that she
same
squeezed in
glass
another
as
job
the
the night
dog.
before in Newcastle.
Please tell me you saw that.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm going to be at Vinkers at
That's
Newcastle
the least of all her
Racecourse
issues.
this Friday, the 18th of October. I'm super excited. Apparently there's meant to be over 6,000 university students. It's the biggest uni event in Newcastle, so I can't wait.
It is the night before Lily's big day. These girls.
Usually when we mention a big day, we mention wedding, we mention like something
An
important.
achievement.
Yeah, but here it's just, oh yeah, she will get run through by a little town.
Don't seem very prepared. They're currently on their way to Newcastle, and then they're going to be coming back late tonight, and then Lily's going to sleep with 100 guys tomorrow morning, which seems mental to me. It doesn't seem like things are going great.
Which seems mental to me. It's the most honest thing I've heard in that documentary.
This guy who doesn't even know her, who's just doing a job, thinks more about her safety than the person who's doing all this. Is like, he doesn't think she put much thought into this. It's like there was no thought. It's like more guys equal more attention. That's it. What
But
about safety?
I gotta say, it seems mental to me. That's like the best quote in this entire thing. And I don't know why nobody clipped it in the clip I seen.
What's the joke in this? Repeal the 19th Amendment? This is a perfect example. This is why people make that joke. And again, there's men this stupid, but they don't usually frame it. Usually guys this stupid are usually getting themselves hurt for attention, for money. Like that one guy who jumps on things. He's not smart, he's not attractive, so he hurts himself. This girl is destroying her life and doesn't even realize she's destroying it. Like she's doing the exact same thing, but without the knowledge that she's.
And I did pause at the right place. Male performers canceling on tomorrow, so currently funneling in replacement. So
guys are going, what the fuck am I doing? This is nasty. Like the guys are a little bit worse. Like the guys are a little bit worse. Like the first guys like the first maybe one or two guys is one thing. But it's more like the guy who's at the very end is like, even if she did get joy out of this, even she's raw by the 20th, 30th guy. Being the 100th guy, she hates you, she hates what's going on, and she's just doing it just to say she did it. But you're that desperate for female attention that you had, like, here's a point where the guys are worse. But Jesus, oh my God.
And that quote there, male performers canceling on tomorrow, so currently funneling in replacement. So I think it's the perfect moment to pause. People are objects. Like she's an object, but the man's also, because you're replaceable. And it's disgusting. Men are also objects. Men are also objects.
Guys will stick their dick in anything.
Yeah, but
that doesn't make them an object because they know that They just want to have sex.
That statement does.
But the girl
So currently
treats herself
funneling
like
in
that.
replacement. So they're just objects. Oh, I got that missing cake. I will go grab another cake.
But that doesn't make them an object. That just makes them just kind of lack connection. They don't care about connection. They just care about doing rather than feeling.
But that's an object.
But they want the sex. They're happy for the sex. She doesn't care about the sex. She's just doing this for attention. She's treating herself like a fleshlight.
Yeah.
She's treating herself like a fleshlight or one of those fake torsos that are getting really popular and disturbing looking. The guys are just dumb and horny.
Are a lot of guys cancelling. They're scrambling now to find people at the last minute. I don't understand how the guys they're scrambling to find at the last minute are going to get STI checks in time. I feel a bit nervous going to this random Airbnb tomorrow for Lily to pull off the stunt. So I can't actually imagine how Lily must be feeling.
He's going to be in a hazmat suit.
Hazmat suit.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want to be in the splatter zone.
It's Lily's big day. It's raining. Never woken up so early to film sex. I've never filmed sex, but you know what I mean.
This is where it's happening. I don't know where Lily and the gang are. Doesn't seem
They're not there yet, I guess.
like anyone's actually here yet. One thing I can say is hidden in plain sight. It's not exactly where you'd expect someone to be having sex with 100 guys. It's 8:35. They were meant to be here at 8 a.m.
So this
They're
one is
nowhere to
more
be seen.
professional than anyone else. Oh,
This guy is professional. You're right. That guy is
He's there.
professional. Yeah.
Do you guys want to get some cover?
Just as we were starting to think the Queen of Southampton was right, and this was all a hoax, the first man arrived.
I guess I'm here for the thing.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's a bit early.
I'm Josh, by the way.
Oh,
Hey, nice to
Don't
meet you.
shake his head. You don't know where the head went before. Don't shake his head.
About things before I do them, so I've just kind of do them.
Okay, so the first guy arrives. So that's the timestamp. So the first guy arrives, and just like Lily, he has something very in common. I will let you guys guess what they have in common. No guess? Guys, I'm asking you, panel.
what do all the guys have in common is the question?
With Lily. What do they have with Lily?
They're all on her OnlyFans.
No, they don't think.
They're
I'm
fat.
just going to say they're all
They're like they're fat neckbeards.
Yeah, they're stupid. The guys don't think, just like Lily. Just like Lily. Any thoughts on that, guys?
I hate to use the word, but Gooner and Coomer culture is a thing for reasons.
I think my face has said what I think about this.
Just kind of do them. That's like the perfect pause. Just kind of do them. I think this is how people are in hookup culture. They don't think. Let's just do it. This is why hookup culture is so bad. And there are studies proving it's bad. So all of the liberals out there promoting this shit.
There's a reason I'm glad. There's a reason I'm glad I'm older and I'm married and I don't have to go through this culture, especially the last couple of years with the whole consent thing. Not saying consent is bad, but where you had to get consent, like where people can say they can take their consent away after the fact.
That's stupid.
It's just like, I'm so glad I'm older.
You're lucky to be older.
I'm almost 40.
And then saying, oh, you know, was that okay? But yeah.
We received a text from Lily's.
It's not okay! Whether you're the girl or one of the guys, it's not okay. It's not.
Well, if you're going to be one of the guys, better be one of the first ones in line than later on.
That's
Team
a
asking us
disaster.
to not draw attention to the rented Airbnb where the stunt was set to take place.
She's asked us to not be around the property so we don't draw attention to it.
So I asked lucky participant number 1 if he wanted to go for a stroll while we waited
Lucky participant number 1. Is that
He's short
really-
and brown. I'm just.
for Team Lily to arrive.
So you're obviously a subscriber of Lily's on OnlyFans.
I'm gonna be honest with you, it was only when she said.
So you got a text, but they sent the address quite late, didn't they?
Yeah, just this morning. Funny, like on the text it was like, you know, if you have any friends who'd like to take part, and I was like, oh, that's one of my motivations for coming here.
Yeah.
Like, cause it's gonna happen, you know.
Yes.
Am I gonna get mugged? It's on the circle line.
Yeah.
I go to VNAF.
The guy's like, am I going to get mugged? And he goes
There's
there.
one guy who is being a typical guy who's willing to stick his dick in anything, even had more concern for his own safety than she did. Where she's saying, where they're now saying, if you have any friends, bring them over, because it's just, there's no thought. There's no, like, they're not even willing to, like, the whole test thing was bullshit, because if you bring a friend over, they're not going to get a test that early in the morning that quickly. So they're desperate for people that they don't even care. Like,
As long as as long as the object is there, as long as the toy is there, I'm glad.
like I might have to do some research into this. Like, if it ever gets released, not for, because I do not find her that attractive, and I do not find that sort of thing, but just to see if she made them wear condoms. Because if she's not wearing condoms, like, I might throw up. Because this is like, oh.
Finally, Lily arrived.
Hello.
Yeah.
Lucky number 1.
Why do you argue? It's disgusting. She's not clean.
An hour behind schedule with a security guard on the door, we were allowed inside.
One security guard.
Nice to meet you.
What if these 100 guys just decide to team up on that one security guard?
No, it's not even that. It's logistics. It's like, so the guy is nice and friendly, and then he goes upstairs where there's no security. And like, clearly it's going to be behind the doors. Like, there's not going to be something. He just chokes her and then leaves and then walks away. One security guy is not. There should be a security guy up there nearby.
Yeah.
One security guy at the door is like, what happens if all 100 guys try to rush? And in England, that's very common for mobs to just happen.
Yeah.
Hello, how you doing? Fair enough.
Everyone get naked now. Let's get going.
Just casually.
Lovely house. I like that big mirror.
Very normal.
Yeah.
I don't know where to put myself. I feel like just close. Yeah. Everyone's just.
It's so normal.
Everyone needs a performance.
He is so awkward.
The atmosphere inside was nervous and very strange.
Lots of bananas.
No one, including Lily's team of assistants, seemed to have much of a plan in place for the day.
I don't know what's going on.
That's
There's a lot
big
of
brain
things
there.
this time. The admin side of things is crazy.
Having had their IDs checked and release forms signed in order to allow publication on OnlyFans, 6 men sat anxiously on a sofa, waiting for their turn to have sex with Lily. Meanwhile, it seemed the reality of what Lily was undertaking was starting to become slightly more real.
Hello.
It's normal, folks.
I want you to imagine
Imagine
being one of the later guys. The later guys, not the early guys.
That's disgusting. And it's not normal. Just saying I was sarcastic.
Because it puts you at ease a bit.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm nervous. Is it?
He's more nervous than her.
How are you feeling?
No, I'm a little bit nervous.
Okay.
I'm excited.
Just putting a baby monitor in here so I can keep an
Oh,
eye
that's
on
smart.
you.
So is that the supportive in quotes sister that's kind of stupid because she helps out her sister into self-delete? I think that's yeah. Yeah, shitty family.
Yeah. Have you had like an energy drink?
Yeah, I had a squash pastry in the car.
Okay, fine. And
We fueled up.
lunch or anything? What do you think?
I think I'm gonna have a break. I think it gets to about 12 and have a little
Okay.
breeze.
Yeah, that's good. Are the guys gonna
Be
shower?
breeze.
Or-
No.
Like Febreze will be enough. It's normal, folks. Febreze. It's enough. I'm dying. This thing, guys. This thing. The dragon. Any thoughts on the smell? Despite
No,
the
it's
Febreze?
worse. It's there. No.
Mandalore, are you still with us?
Yes, I'm doing some research. I'm trying to find information out.
I think that Febreze thing is the perfect moment to end this part there, because we still have like 15 minutes to go with that documentary that's baffles me and that's kind of impressive to watch. So what's the big takeaway we got from that, guys?
No,
Let's recap.
Honest, like the part of I kind of watched it in kind of like one go at a pause a couple of times. But I saw Arch covered it, then I watched the documentary myself, and I'm like, there's this degree of when you're looking at how these people are. Yeah, it's just there. Like it happened.
Okay, so what would you say on a recap of what we did today, Mandalore?
I'm starting to agree with the mass depopulation people. There's
Why?
too many people. There's too many people. Too many things, and it's just.
It's just
life hurts. Life is
Life
sad. I feel like an emo now, and I
feel like an asteroid should hit us, nuke us. I don't know. I lost faith. Yeah, that was a nasty documentary, and I guess we will see each other next Monday if guys still want to cover that next Monday, same time. We will finish the documentary next week. I'm hype about it, and this will be very fun. And I think we will go even more lower than where we got today. It new lows, as they say. What do you have going on your end of the internet, Mandalore?
other than the show, hopefully Thursday for Skeleton Crew.
Yeah.
If I haven't off myself just with all this so depressing weighing on me right now. Other than that, maybe a psych ward check.
I think we all need that after watching.
I think after this, I'm going to have a nice boiling shower and burn until my skin turns red and is steaming when I come out, just because I feel so dirty. I feel secondhand dirty for this. Like, and I'm a guy who grew up watching a lot. Like, I was at the right age when it was becoming easier to get online and just whatnot. And yeah, and I feel dirty. I'm not sure if I've matured or this is just that low and I still have a little bit more old school thoughts than modern day. Because I guess for modern day, this is girl power. But I'm just, and it's just even other OnlyFans stars even calling her out going, this is not right. This is really bad. This is really fucking her over. She's destroying her life. And what's she going to, and like, again, the next step, like what's she going to do next is 1,000. What's after, if she survives that, what's after that? One girl, 20.
I don't know you can go any higher.
Yes, there is. One girl, 200 cups.
Oh, I will throw up. I'm not feeling so great.
That's good. That's a good thing. You have morals. Some dignity left after watching that. That's a good thing that you feel sick.
That sickens me. What do you have going on your end of the internet, D-Lord?
I've just been doing Path of Exile 2 year into the year. I'll probably do a review on Nosferatu. And I did. And it's not really quite the holiday movie, but we will see if it's a new Nightmare Before Christmas. So, and that's pretty much it. Path of Exile is what my current jam is. And that's about it.
Okay. In my end of the internet, we had 2 mainstream movies reviews Saturday, Sonic 3, and the Mufasa shit new movie. This week, maybe Skeleton Crew Thursday, but I'm not quite sure. Otherwise, that will go next week.
I could probably catch up. I need to catch up on it. It's like I need to catch up on Secret Level.
Yeah.
It's just I got to it's one of those things. But Skeleton Crew I could easily catch up on. It's not hard.
That's good.
It's one of,
next Monday we finished this Lily Phillips documentary, but that's not the last time. We will talk about that crazy girl because other people reacted, and I want to react to other people reacting because I disagree with a lot of stuff people tend to say. Outside of that, 2025, a lot of new movies reviews. Excited about that.
One person to react to after is if we want to continue to do actual reactions to things. There's the woman who's almost reminds me of Lily Phillips, who finds it her mission to sleep with barely legal men.
Yeah, that's blue something, bunny blue, I believe. She is disgusting,
and she's another one who just English person who's just sleeping with everyone else.
UK, England. I'm joking. Don't do that. But like, I think all of the crazy is generated from there. With that being said, the end of the year is near, and I will be doing a tier list of movies and TV shows of stuff I've seen, and I'm hype about that. And with this, we are out for this week. See you next Monday, same time, for the part 3 of this Lily Phillips saga.